They were actually raiding my house during that time. My youngest son was downstairs watching TV. My oldest was still in bed.
How old?
He had just turned 18.
And your youngest?
8 years old at the time. The way they both like have described to me what happened is, you know, my youngest was watching TV. We have a big window that looks out into the street in our living room. He looked out the window and saw guys with automatic weapons coming up to the house in like a train, you know. He had said he saw a guy in the window, I think, with it, which he's 8 years old. He ran upstairs, got my oldest son, woke him up, and was like, there's guys outside. My oldest son told me to get the fuck out of his room, or, you know, was like, whatever, thought he was just being kooky. And he started crying and was like, no, there's guys with, like, you need to go look. So my oldest son walked downstairs and he said he could see somebody out of the window. And when he opened the door, there was a guy on his knees with it to him, pointed at him, and then two guys pointed at his head.
The 8-year-old?
No, this is my 18-year-old, and my 8-year-old standing behind him, crying. They were yelling at my oldest son to get his hands up, which he did. And then they were like, we need to come outside now. You know, this is all, my oldest son is like, doesn't know what's going on. And he calmly was like, well, can I put my hands down to open the door? And they didn't know what to do. He said they just sat there, like, trying to figure out how to actually conduct a raid or.
So these guys,
no, they were.
This is the first house they ever raided.
Yeah. They ended up pulling my kids out in the middle of the street in their underwear. By this time, the neighbors, you know, are all looking out, seeing this go on. They have my whole street, every avenue to my street barricaded off. You know, it looked like I was a cartel member.
So they yanked an 8-year-old kid out of your house at Gunpoint and threw his in the front yard in his underwear for everybody to see.
Yeah. And left him there for a while. And just they started to lay siege to my house.